Hey guys, good morning. Can everybody hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. I know we had a couple people waiting as we came on. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to June. Today we are going to be talking about how to create an entire summer plan for you that is going to have you happy, relaxed, feeling connected, loved, and keeping your business on track at the same time. Yeah. I don't know. Sounds like a plan to me. As promised, I always kick off Coffee with Coach with some angel cards. Yay. You know who you are, you people who love these. Ooh, okay. So today we got, it's interesting for today. I swear to God, I don't rig it, you guys. I know I say that every time. I swear I don't. Can you see that? It says ask. Okay. And I'll read exactly what it says. So this is, remember, it's an angel deck, right? So ask us to help you in this situation, and we will immediately go to work on your behalf. We're governed by many universal laws, and among them is the free will that allows you to make your own choices and decisions. I'll just leave that there. So we patiently await your request. Those of you who know what that pause was for, you know. All right, beautiful people, let's get to it. If you're a woman in America. Okay. So what I want to do, here's what happens, right? So summer happens as you guys come in, make sure you say hi, hello, hello. So as summer happens, right, we get so busy. There's so much to enjoy. And those of you, my Aussies whom I love and adore, I know we're hitting the cold months for you guys. Switch it around because you know what I'm saying. So at least here in the Northern Hemisphere and in Europe, right, what we really hit a lot is the vacations, the time off, the reading on the beach, the sounds, right? Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say the sounds of summer? Like the water splashing. If you have littles, it's those kids running in the pool, that those splashes, the smell of sunscreen. Those of us with melanoma, thank you. Mostly ourselves, slather that stuff on, right? Big hats, books, lots of amazing fruits and vegetables, salads, just really enjoying things, and then being with friends and family, people that you love and adore. What's up, Alex? Welcome, welcome. So as we jump into these months, it's so easy to lose track, right? All of a sudden, this is the common thing, you guys. This is why I want to prepare you for September now. Okay, I know we're not quite into Q3, but it's coming. July, August, September. Yeah, can you stand it? It's coming. Spoiler alert for Coffee with Coach in July, right? Anyway, but what happens is people hit Q4, and this is why we call September the new January, because people like wake up and they go, oh my God, what happened? I'm 10 pounds heavier. I don't know what my goals are. Where did my money go? Like, all that stuff happens, right? And you know what? We deserve a break. We do. We deserve the summer. We deserve a couple pina coladas. We deserve the really juicy salad. Like, we deserve that stuff. And what I'm noticing more and more as we are releasing the hustle culture, because we are releasing the hustle culture, there's no question. I get it from every single one-on-one client that I'm working with right now. We're looking at almost 18 one-on-one clients at this point. We've got a full Abundance Academy, and I have other programs I'm running with people on the side. I don't have anybody I'm working with right now who isn't like, please don't tell me to hustle. Please don't tell me to hustle. Don't tell me I got to work late. Don't tell me I got to work on the weekends. And by the way, I never say that, but it's out there in the zeitgeist, right? Like this pressure, and people have the F-its around it, right? It's like, F that, F this, I'm not doing that. And rightly so. However, if we're intentional about our rest, and we're not at the effect of our rest, but rather, it's okay, I can talk, but rather we are directing when we're resting, that we are deciding when we will rest and who we want to rest with, who we want around us, what do we want to be eating, what sites do we want to see, and how do we want to feel about our money come September. If we don't do that with intention now, you will be at the effect of decisions you've made while you were kind of like half asleep. I was going to say drunk, but not necessarily. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, when you like wake up, you're like, did I text them? Did I say that? Right? Like, I don't want you doing that in September about your entire summer. And the other thing that can happen with summer is we get sucked up into that illusion, right? You know how I always talk about we have time and money confused, right? We think there'll always be more time and there won't be more money. And it's actually the other way around. We can always generate money, and time is the only thing you can't get back. So what can happen during these months very quickly is, oh, next weekend. Oh, I'll do that later. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Oh, it's fine. And the truth is that it is fine. You don't have to do everything right now, but you need to keep track of what it is you said you wanted to do. Yeah, you guys in? So if you are in, let's go. Grab your journal real quick. If you're driving, don't grab your journal. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to think of right now, just be a little bit thoughtful. I want you to think right now about who you want to make sure you spend time with this summer. Who do you want to spend uninterrupted, right? Leisure, great conversations, or sometimes that beautiful silence you can have when you're really comfortable with someone and it's like so joyous to have them there with you while it's quiet. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I love those. I love those moments, right? When you kind of realize you're like, oh my God, we've been quiet for 10 minutes and we just love it. And we're so fine. Nobody's silent because we're mad or don't know what to say or anything like that. It's just joyous, right? Who are those people for you? Write them down right now. I'm going to be writing down mine as well. And let's go. I'll give you just a second. Write down who you want to spend time with this summer that you want to make sure quality time you are seeing, you are enjoying, you are spending time with. Go. Mm. It's amazing what comes to mind, isn't it? When you actually take a moment to pause. It's so good. So good. Mm. Okay. I hope you have your people. You can write down the last one you just thought of. It's cool. Because I'm noticing how sunburned I am. Oh my goodness, you guys are gonna be able to see my vitiligo soon. I had a garage sale yesterday. All right. So here we go. Next thing I want you to do, I want you to think about experiences you want. Now, this isn't like pie in the sky, right? This isn't like I want to visit every single country in Europe, hit Northern Africa, come home, go see Canada. Like, that's not what we're talking about. Like, what are one or two experiences you want to make sure you have this summer? All right. Go ahead, write that down. What is one experience you want to have this summer? Maybe two. Okay. And now this one is for me. I'm not even gonna lie. This is the best part about being a coach, right? Is I get to work on me all the time. All the time. Is what do you want to make sure you eat? I know that sounds funny, but there are some fruits and vegetables that are only like really good, like when they're not made in hot houses and gross. Thank you, United States, right? But like when they're actually grown and beautiful and yummy, what do you want to eat? And you may have like your favorite ice cream store that you only visit by the beach. You might have a specific pie. You might have like you can go unhealthy too, right? That's what I'm trying. But it could also be like your favorite salad, your favorite fruit. Like corn on the cob is like a nonstop in our house. Like we just love it so much. And I make this awesome corn on the cob, basil, tomato, apple cider vinegar salad. It's ridiculous. So good, right? Like that's on the list. So what do you want to make sure you experience that way food wise? And if it is for you that like maybe you love to go to a vineyard or you love to do like food pairings with your favorite wines, those sorts of things, put that in there. But I really want you to think about the sensations, right? So we've done experiences that you want to do this summer. Now, what are some sensations you want to make sure you experience? Yeah. Okay, go for it. Mm, they're the best tomatoes in Jersey too. Oh, ridiculous. Okay, awesome. Keep writing. Okay. Yeah, and for beautiful people down under, I'm sure you have the same thing going on. Think about the things you really want to enjoy. Okay. Awesome. Okay, next up, beautiful humans. Here's what we're going to do now is I want you to think about um how you want to treat your money. No, I'm very serious. How do you want to treat your money over the summer months? Now, we have something going on with money right now. And obviously, I've been studying it really heavily for the Abundance Academy. We've been really diving in hard on money in the last couple months. We have some fun surprises coming for you guys in the fall around that in the podcast too. But um, for really diving in with money, right? What's happening is everybody's talking about, not everybody, the the general thrust of the conversation right now is around saving. It's around getting out of debt. It's around not spending anything, right? We have the FIRE generation. And if you don't know what that is, that's financially independent, retire early. These people are like, I am working for 10 years and I'm freaking out. This is happening. They're making it happening. They're talking about the financial formulas to make that happen. You guys have heard me talk about Quit Like a Millionaire. If you want to check out that book, that is an example of exactly how to do it early if you'd like to, right? So, but that's really like the focus of the conversation right now. I've really noticed this. It's kind of like I said, it's sort of seeping into the zeitgeist a little bit, right? Like, how do we save as much as freaking possible all the time? And that's great. If that's what people are out for, it's like people have decided that, money is for keeping, it's not for spending. Okay. As long as you don't turn into Ebenezer Scrooge, we're good, right? Yeah. But one of the things that people don't talk about that much is actually how do you spend your money? What do you spend it on and what brings you joy? Because what we do know about the human psyche is if you restrict us for too long, what happens? What happens if you restrict us for too long? We lose our freaking minds. We go nuts. We're like, I want to do everything. I'm going to spend all my money. And then all of a sudden you end up right back where you were, right? And that's the theory behind yo-yo dieting as well, right? You restrict, you lose your freaking mind, right? So how can we learn to spend as well as save in ways that make us super happy, right? Like for me, don't really care about jewelry all that much. Like really don't care. Like probably not where I'm going to be spending my money. A new couch, a new coffee table. I'm going to be redoing the kitchen soon. I'll spend money there because that makes me so happy, right? But other things, I really, really pare back down hard because I don't care. So, what are those things for you over the summer you really love to spend on? The things that just make your socks roll up and down. You're like, oh my God. And for some people, it's like that amazing night out. For other people, it's like, a borderline private island where you go and spend a week. For other people, it's a bed and breakfast by the ocean over the weekend. Like you really get to choose what this is for. Is it a gorgeous bathing suit and cover up? Like for some people, that's like, forget it. I'm spending all my money on that. That's great as long as you know, not all your money, right? But you get to know what you're spending on and how much of it you want to spend on that. So I want you to really think for a second. Okay. What matters most to you over the summer months? We're just dealing with summer right now. You might notice a trend that you can apply to your life later on. Like you can keep, oh my God, I really enjoy spending money on this. It makes me very happy. I don't feel good when I spend money on that. You might find an overall trend there. That's awesome. But for right now, what we're looking at is exactly inside the summer months, what spends make you happy? Okay. So go ahead and write that down. Where do you want to spend your money this summer? Again, reasonably. Like, please don't go buy a houseboat if you don't have the money saved for a houseboat, right? Like, you want to be within reason. Like, it really is. Oh my God, I love summer clothes. I love summer sandals. The vacations are the most important thing for me. I don't care where we stay. I just want to be in the place. Or I don't care so much about where we are as long as the hotel's amazing, right? You get to choose that. So write down, where do you like spending your money in the summer months? Where does it make you happy? Okay, take one more minute. Really think about it. I don't want this to be a rote answer. I want you to really, really think about it. God, I really did get sunburned. Wow, look at that. Who knew? White people in the sun. It's frightening. Okay. Okay. And then along with that, now that you have a list of like things you really enjoy spending money on, I want you to be really thoughtful right now. Okay. Just think about this. Where do you feel like crap when you spend money? Be honest, right? Like you wake up, you get the credit card bill. You look at your bank balance and you're like, ugh, what is that? I want you to know what that is, especially over the summer where our wallets are so freaking open. It's like the summer months in December. Everyone's like, just goes that way, right? It's like we do that with food too and we do it with food, drink, spending all during summer, right? And listen, you deserve a break. I'm not saying that, but let's get focused and get the break where you want it. Then you'll actually feel amazing while you take it instead of like you're being sneaky or it's yucky. Okay. Where do you feel awful when you spend money? And this is just for you to know this is not a time to flog or be upset. It's actually to set you up for success all summer long, right? So you're not going, waking up every other weekend going, what are we doing? How did I spend that much? What's going on here? It's like instead, if you know first, like, oh, you know what? I was about to go, I don't know, let's pick a thing. I was about to go to the movies for the 18th time this week because it's air conditioned. I don't know, whatever, right? And you're like, you know what? I've done that already. This week's going to make me feel bad. And instead, you go do something else. See what I'm saying? Like you want to catch yourself before it happens. So this isn't a time to get upset with yourself. This is just like it's like the good old fashioned know thyself, right? That's what we're working on right now is what do you need to know about yourself? What do you need to make sure you're protecting yourself from so you don't get mad at yourself later? Okay, so let's write those down. So funny, you guys. I just in full disclosure, I put on always upgrading my flights, and then I was like, actually, no, I love that. I never get mad about that. So I like crossed it out. I'm like, no, I really, really makes me happy. I just know that's where I spend, but it makes me really happy. Right. So I actually cross it out. That's not a bad list. That's a good list, right? Like me, as far as how I feel about it, not like my actions are good or bad, but how it makes me feel. Okay, awesome. Okay, so now we have that down. Okay. And now I'm going to have you guys do something we don't normally do. So, inside of your business, I want you to think about your goals inside your business for the summer. Now, you might be thinking, Sarah Walton, I just want to veg the F out. Can you just back up for a second? I hear you. I've got you. And you probably do deserve that. But what I don't want for you is that in September, you're climbing up out of this big hole of like, oh my God, I have so much to get done. We don't want you in that position, right? So, what I want to do is help you set yourself up with small baby goals all summer long that just gently keep you on track. So, you never hit that short moment, right? Come September. Just these gentle things. What do you want to make sure gets done? I know for me, you guys, it is the bane of my existence. I'm sure you've seen it, or maybe you don't because nobody cares about other people's stuff. We only care about our own, right? But like social media writing has just been really challenging for me to get to for the last couple months. It's like there's so much going on in our business. There's so many different things happening, lots of stuff going on personally. And it's the one thing I keep moving to the wayside. And it's like, you know what? Let's move it back in gently. What are one or two things I can do a week to keep that on track a little bit better? Right. So we're taking baby steps so there isn't this big mountain to climb. Just making sense. Same with we're pausing taking on new clients right now, new one-on-one clients. There's no more room for one-on-one clients right now, right? So we're pausing that. That's a great pause for summer. Because I know come September, people are going to be like, Sarah, can I work with you? Sarah, can I work with you? And rightly so. That's a great time to get a coach, right? So we're pulling back there so we can rev up again later. Is this making sense? But you've got to be aware of it. It's kind of like, when do I spend my money and I feel bad, right? Like you want to be aware. So, what are some goals you can put into place for your work that's going to have you feel great come September? Again, small things. Maybe you do want to take on a larger project over the summer. Just saying, you get to choose, right? Because fewer people are in the office, right? Maybe your assistant is taking 6 weeks off and you're like, "Oh my gosh, during that what's going to look like it's quiet on the outside is the time where I'm going to be able to really think and project and get excited about things again." Do you know what I'm saying? Like we're halfway into the year, right? June is the 6-month mark. It's a great time to sort of go, "Oh my god, where were my 2024 goals? Oh my God, where are those?" This is a great time to sort of look at that and be like, is this the time for me to assess and put that in gently? Right. So you're not having all that on top of all the stuff that got missed over summer in September. Cool. Gentle things to keep you on track. This is not hustle. Like I said, this is the no hustle zone. We are in the no hustle zone now, people. We have graduated. We are not doing that anymore. So write down a couple things you know you want to get done in your work and your business by the end of the summer. Go ahead and write those things down. All right, give me one more minute, guys. Keep going. And I want you to be thinking of stuff maybe that's on the shelf, stuff you put to the side. Okay. All right. Then the next one I want you to put in is something for you. Personal hobbies, right? So this is different from summer experiences. So I know we have people in our group who love photography. We have people in our group who love to arrange flowers. We have people in our group who love pottery. We have people in this group who love to paint. We have people, I actually have some fitness goals I'm going for over the summer. You guys know I've shifted over to a plant-based diet and now it's like, okay, now let's look at fitness. Let's look at actually lifting weights. Let's look at where we want to go there. So I have goals for that for the summer. So what are the goals for you personally to either enhance your health, to enhance your hobbies, to round yourself out? This could also be spiritual. There are some people that I know we've dropped a lot of organized religion, right? And that's cool. I'm not saying you have to go back to that by any stretch, but what are your spiritual practices? Do you need to meditate more? Do you want to put yoga back in? Do you want to go to church once in a while? What are the things that you want to do to round out this summer and make it really meaningful for you? So you don't, again, end it out going, well, I ate a lot of hot dogs. I don't really remember anything else, right? Like, so what else can we do to make sure your health goals, your hobby goals, your heart goals, your spiritual goals are on track as well? Okay, go ahead and write those down. And we're going to round it out with some money. You guys know I love the money. Okay, so now we have that going. Awesome, guys. Awesome, awesome. All right. So I hope you're starting to see there's like a plan for summer, right? It's not like this free for all without anything, and then you wake up and feel crappy. Not if you're in my world, beauties. No, we're not doing that. Okay. So the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is having your money grow. Now, I can't imagine anything more important than understanding where the most powerful tool you have access to is located for you. Okay. There are so many options now, and there are so many amazing, like heart centered businesses. There are movements, causes, ideas that are out there that you can actually invest in. Now, you don't have to know anything about the stock market anymore. Thank God, right? You don't have to invest in individual stocks unless you really want to do that, but that's a hard bet. There's so many ways you can invest. Please go see Vanguard. No, I am not an affiliate. I don't get anything for telling you that, but I do consider it my job on this planet to put more money in the hands of more women. And right now, if you're investing in index funds, and if you don't know what that is, that's totally cool. But index funds, basically, they mirror the market itself. And if you're saying, oh, but the market, well, the market never really goes down for long. It'll have hiccups. It's a market, right? But you want to kind of think of the market like a casino, right? If you're betting on individual stocks and bonds, you're playing the games in the casino. And sometimes you'll win and sometimes you'll lose, right? But the market or an index fund overall, the casino, the house always wins. Yeah, over time, the house always wins. Yeah. And that's what these index funds are like for us. And God bless, we have access to them. Now, I'm not going to tell you which ones to go invest in. That's for you to go research. But could you please research that? It is not hard. There's a very simple book out there. Oh, that's funny. I said simple. It's called A Simple Path to Wealth, right? We'll put a link to that underneath this video. Go get it. Like seriously, go get it. It'll tell you. I mean, he tells you exactly what he invests in. And you can take his advice or go do more research. But you guys, I want you over the summer. I want you to take on the idea that you can put your money somewhere where it goes to work for you, right? Instead of you always having to work for it. Yeah. Because that is a thing we are feeling right now. There are so many people who are like, you don't understand. I can't relax because I have this bill, this bill, this bill, this bill, this bill. And I know things have gotten more expensive. There's no question about that. And even with the truth that things are more expensive, there's only one person who's in charge of your purchasing decisions, right? There's only one, and that's you. And so I want you to take a hard look. That's why I sort of set up all of summer for you to be looking at what is actually important to you. Let's not keep up with the Joneses, shall we? Who gives a shit what the Joneses are buying or not buying? Who cares? Like, what is that about, right? Like, nowhere nowhere in this world do two people want the exact same thing. It just doesn't exist, you guys. It doesn't exist. And I do this with people all the time. And I'm like, in the Abundance Academy, for example, when you first come into the Abundance Academy, there's this goal setting workshop. And I'm like, dream as big as you freaking can. We're talking private jets for your dog, Fluffy. I don't care. Like, dream huge. Do whatever you do. And a lot of the times people say, but doesn't everybody just want the same thing? And never once has everyone wanted the same thing. One person wants, a home in Montana or Utah or Nevada, and they just want acreage. They just want acreage. They just want this big, beautiful land. Other people want to be in upstate New York with a farm. Somebody else wants an apartment in Paris. That's me, right? Other people want a boat. Somebody else wants to climb Everest, right? It's like, you guys, we don't have the same goals. So stop buying what everybody else is buying. You may not even like that thing that everybody's buying, the bag, the shoes, the jewelry, the watch, the makeup, whatever it is. Figure out what you really want. And that's what today's Coffee with Coach, the entire Coffee with Coach has been about that. So if you know what you actually want and what you don't give a flying monkey about, right? Like, if you know that, you can start collecting more money that you then invest, and then that money works for you. And I know it's like, well, does Sarah, I know that, but are you doing it? Are you doing it? And that to me is the big question. And it's very hard to do if you don't know what you love and if you don't know what you don't love. If you don't know those things, it's really, really challenging to figure out how to do that well. So under the banner of all of like map out your summer, have a great time. Please put your feet up and enjoy what you love the most this summer. Good God, you've earned it. My heavens, do that and do it wisely. Do it so that when you are relaxing on the beach or by the pool or whatever your thing is, right? And you're like snuggled in and you're like, oh my God, I love my life so much. You chose that. You made that happen, right? Like I'll come down on you guys being like, yes, but you created those bills, right? Like you created that, right? And then over here you created the joy too. You created the moment where you could relax and feel the sun on your skin. You created the moment where you could hear the sounds that make you just so happy and relaxed. You're the one who created the moment where you could be eating like your absolute favorite food and just going to town and being happy, right? These are all the different things that I want you to start incorporating with intention. And that includes investing your money because we're here for such a short time. And if we're not making the money work for us, we're going to have to continue to work for the money for a really long time. And that just makes me sad. Now, when you do something you love, you do something that connects you to people, and you do something you truly enjoy, that makes it easier to earn the money. There's no question. And it also helps you when, like, maybe the money you've invested has grown so much, you actually don't have to work anymore, but you do it because you love it. Well, then that's a different ballgame. Right? Can you imagine the results you produce when there's no pressure on you, when you don't have to do it, but you're doing it because you want to? Can you imagine? Can you just feel that for a second, what your life would actually be like, the potential that's there when you stop buying fruit you don't need or want to impress people you don't like, right? Like that whole thing, we've seen the memes about that, but think about that. Genuinely think about that. And then think about what life looks like when you're contributing for the sake of contributing because it matters to you. Period. Yeah. All right, you guys, this is what I want for your summer. I hope this was super helpful. I want those money goals. I want you investing. I want you knowing what you love. I want you out there just loving the bejesus out of this summer. Have a wonderful time. No, I love you to bits. Come back here the first Monday of July, and we will be talking about how to set up Q3. So Q4 is a breeze. All right, you guys, I will see you then. Bye.